Welcome to Raider Talks Pregame. I am Art Navarrete here with Nick Ybarra. We are hours away from kickoff as the Raiders will be taking on the Eagles in Allegiant Stadium. Heading into this game, the Raiders are tied for first place in the AFC West with a record of 4-2, while the Eagles will be heading into this game third in the NFC East with a record of 2-4. Nick, how are you feeling waking up this morning on Raider game day?
What's up, Art?
What's up?
How I feel I'm excited. I've been looking forward all week for this game. We're trying to go 2-0 this week. So I'm excited. You're ready to get the ball rolling and see how we do today.
Feeling confident?
I feel confident. I feel confident in the offense, defense, and I think we can do it today.
I feel confident. I feel like it's going to be a great game for us today. Hopefully we get the win and go into the bye feeling good. Mm-hmm. First, let's touch on our opponent a little bit. The Eagles, which is a team that showed a lot of heart last week. They were down big and made it a ball game against the Buccaneers. Hurts looks like he'll keep plays alive with his legs. He keeps his eyes downfield. Eagles didn't have any sacks, but looked like they tried to eliminate the big plays downfield and pretty much kept everything underneath for Brady and the Bucs. How do you feel about their Eagles as a team? How do you feel about their offense and their defense? And how do you feel like the Raiders are going to attack them?
Well, I do feel like record doesn't matter with them. I think they're better than the 2-4 record that they have. They are a very good young football team. I mean, they got a young quarterback. They got a really good young wide receiver. They still got Fletcher Cox in the defensive line along with Darius Slay. So, I mean, we can't take this lightly. They're a really good team. So, yeah.
Yeah. For the Raiders, I think it should be interesting to see if there'll be a team looking to take what they want on offense with big plays downfield like we did in Denver, or decide to take what is given to us, because it seems like we'll have the opportunity to run a lot of underneath routes and screens because the Bucs had a lot of success with that last week. Do you feel like the Raiders are going to run a lot of underneath routes and screens, or are we just going to go out there and take what we want?
It's hard to say. I don't know what Coach Bisaccia is going to script.
Olsen.
And Olsen.
Yeah.
Man, we could sit there and probably go deep, here and there, but probably some screens. Let's go. Let's try to go underneath. I mean, I know they're second in the least 20 yards plays in the air, and I think we're second most in there. So offensively, so it's going to be interesting to see. I kind of hope we kind of go deep. Ruggs, Waller in the middle and everything, but. If we take what's given to us and, like you said, if Brady and them had success, then why can't we?
If we take what's given to us, take a lot of time off the clock, the Raiders will have more possession, more time in possession the whole game. Mm-hmm. I feel like the Raiders, I think they're going to go in with a good script. I think we might do those little short plays, but don't get me wrong. If we have a 3rd and short and they think we're going to run, they think we're going to run something quick, I think Carr's going to step back there and give Ruggs a shot. Mm-hmm. You never know what happens on those long plays. It could be a penalty, it could be a holding, pass interference, and we're right there in the ball game. So I would say the Raiders are gonna take what's given to them, especially on the first couple plays in the drive. But if it comes down to a 3rd down or even a 2nd and short, I think we're gonna start taking some shots in this ball game.
Yeah, no. I think Carr's not playing conservative anymore. No. We sit there and 3rd and short, we can go deep. We can go deep on anything. We can run on anything. And I think that's what's good about this offense is that we can do anything, anytime, anywhere. And that's what makes us most dangerous.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that sounds good. What are your keys to the game on defense and offense for the Raiders? We hit on it a little bit on Thursday. But do you have anything else that you think you want to say?
Keys of the game for offense, I think you got to dominate time of possession.
Yeah.
I think offense has got to be out there more than defense. Defense, get your 3 and outs, get your stops, and let the offense do work. That's why my prediction from Thursday was 35-21 because I feel like we're going to dominate time of possession. With the run game, with the little screens, even go deep a couple times and. Yeah.
For me, I think the defense needs to stop the run. They need to contain them. They did pretty good last week, and I expect them to keep taking steps forward and stopping the run. We're getting pressure on the quarterback, but we just need to stop the run better. And I think we're going to continue that success from last week onto this week. Mainly, I think we're going to need to contain Hurts and don't let him hurt us with our legs. He looked very athletic in the game against the Bucs. He looked very good. He can scramble out, and he even does take a lot of deep shots down the field, just by his leg, just by getting out the pocket. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. He's a very young, exciting quarterback.
Yeah.
He's not on Lamar Jackson's level, but Lamar Jackson's rookie season to this one, it's kind of similar. They're doing similar things. So, yeah, you got to watch out. You don't want to take this lightly because he can come out there and not run and freaking throw for 400 yards or run for freaking 200 yards. So you just can't take him lightly. Contain him, and we'll see what happens.
If we show pressure, it'll be all right. I mean, you like seeing a quarterback get out of the pocket, run a little bit. He's a little scared, and that'll lead to, ultimately to more picks, fumbles, and we can win that part of the game. For offense, I like the offensive line to keep moving in the right direction. They played pretty good last week. Their most complete game as an offensive line last week against Denver. And against a pretty good defensive line. I believe the Bronco defensive line is better than the Eagles defensive line we're facing today. But how do you feel about that?
No, yeah, you're right. This offensive line's gotta do some work. I saw a stat. Eagles are, I think, in the bottom 3 or 5 in yards on the ground. Yeah. So we got to get our running game going, and it starts with offensive line. Offensive line create holes, create holes. Let Jacobs and Drake work because this defense does give up a lot of yards on the ground.
Also for offense, another key to the game for me, they had a good flow last week. It was a good combo of run and pass. We would love to see Carr continue to push the ball down the field this afternoon in Allegiant Stadium. It's exciting when we're pushing the ball downfield. It's exciting when we see Ruggs take streaks. It's exciting seeing Bryan Edwards get after it. Another thing I saw in last week's game, Eagles-Bucs, was Brady really spread the ball around the field with all his guys, and I expect that this afternoon with Carr. He does that good every game, but I expect the same thing from him.
No, yeah, exactly. He does that good every game. Everybody at least has 2 targets on the field, and even the backups even have 2-3 targets. So as long as he keeps on spreading it around, just don't go to one person. We'll be fine, and because they won't know what's coming at them.
Even if Darius Slay does have a great game against Ruggs is still going to have 2 catches for 40, 50 yards. Is that you think that too? Even if Darius Slay plays a great game.
Well, I'm going to just say this. Even if you lock up Ruggs is going to beat the guy in front of him at least once or twice. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how many average snaps you take offensively in a game, but he's going to win a matchup 2 to 3 times. So even if he does only win 2 times, make sure we get him the ball in those 2 times because that's a big play.
Yeah. I think it'll be nice to get Bryan Edwards going a little early in this game. He's a big factor. He usually gets going around the 4th. We know that. It'll be nice to get Bryan Edwards going along with Renfro. Waller, obviously. Waller will get going. Waller's going to have a big game. You predicted Waller to have a big game, to be a player of the game on Thursday, and I believe Waller is going to have a big game. They're going to be taking measures to try to stop Ruggs this week, and maybe that might distract him from Waller a little bit, and he can have a big game.
Yeah, no, I think so too. I think, before, you just had Waller. So now your eyes is on Ruggs, your eyes are on Renfro. And even, from last week, our running game a little bit. Yeah. So, I think that's why I said Waller's going to have a great game because I think, he's a star tight end, but maybe some eyes are off of him and he can just go to work and him and Carr can carve up this defense.
In last week's ball game between the Eagles and the Bucs, Brady was giving it to Leonard Fournette underneath a lot. Do you think this is this could be a big day for Kenyon Drake?
Yeah, I think it could be a big day for all 3 of our running backs. So they all can do pretty much the same thing. You had the big screen to Jacobs last week.
Yes.
You had, I know you said underneath it, but the big catch to Drake. Yeah. And then you can dink and dunk to him. Yeah. But then also, Rashard.
Yeah.
I mean, Rashard, was the main one.
Last year.
Yeah, it was the main one in a couple years that was dinking and dunking and doing everything. And I think even a couple games he led the team in receiving yards when we weren't that good. So, yeah, no, I think we got 3 running backs that can sit there and go underneath and make room and get some yards.
Yeah, I think we're going to look good on those plays, especially if we have a guy maybe like Foster Moreau in on those plays. I saw a video last week where he blocked 3 guys. He blocked this guy in front of him, blocked a guy to the side, and then went off, ran, and blocked another guy. Mm-hmm. And Foster Moreau, early to start the season for him, it looked like he struggled a little bit. He wasn't blocking as good as I thought he was going to be. He's a blocking tight end. But last week he blocked really well. Last couple weeks he's blocked really well. And I think he's underrated, but he can be a big factor in our offense.
Yeah, like you said, he was the blocking tight end and underrated. Yeah, because all eyes are on Waller. Mm-hmm. So who's gonna step up when Waller is on the field and getting covered, and we run the 2 tight end sets. And so I think you saw a touchdown against Pittsburgh, where he got through, great route, caught it. And there's some routes where he just runs and it's unbelievable. Yeah. So I think so. I think you can get him going early.
Another thing I like to see in today's ball game is Carlson. We need Carlson to make his extra points and his field goals. He struggled the last 3 weeks. I feel like we need him to really make all his kicks so everyone can gain confidence back in him.
Yeah, exactly. I think we would just want to see him for extra points. Yeah. Because then that means we're not finishing, we're not getting the job done on our drives. But no, if we're right there, between the 50 yards, I feel like he's money. I feel like maybe this is just a 1-2 week thing, and he's always going to be money. I think he's a Pro Bowl kicker, to be honest with you. Yeah.
I want to shout out someone real quick on the special teams who's played great all season long. I thought he was okay. I thought he didn't execute that well in the last couple years, or last year. But the person I want to shout out on the special teams is A.J. Cole. He has been excellent. Phenomenal this year. He's a Pro Bowl punter right now. It feels like everything he's hitting is inside the 10. Mm-hmm. He's punting great. He's having long punts from deep going to the 10, 15. I think obviously we don't want to have him on the field at all. But when he is on the field, he's doing his job and kicking really well and setting up the defense really well.
No, you hit it on the head right there. He comes out, and it's a bright spot of the drive because Raiders can come out, put a messed up drive on, and then he comes out from our 30 or 20, mm-hmm. and he can pin it inside the 10. Yeah, and it's crazy. And even I think last week he was just booming kicks in Denver. Yeah, like if it was nothing. I know Mile High, with the air and everything, but he was booming them like if it was nothing. Yeah. So it is exciting to see him. Not exciting to see him on the field, but it's exciting to see his leg on the field because it's a good talent.
So I know we already made our pregame predictions on Raider Talks Thursdays. I picked a score of 28-20, Raider win. Don't let the score fool you. I think the Raiders are going to dominate all game, but it's going to end up being about 28-20 for me. I feel like the defense is going to play pretty good, hold them to 20 or less. You had a prediction of 35-21. I'm gonna give you a chance to change that prediction if you want to, or do you feel confident with that prediction? I don't see it beyond us to score 35 points. Don't get me wrong. But that's a pretty bold prediction on Raider Talks Thursdays. Let me know if you want to change it, or let me know if you want to talk about this prediction and support your prediction that you made on Thursday.
No, I'm keeping it. I'm keeping the 35-21. Raiders can win by 14, right?
Fuck yeah, we can.
And we can score 35. I think we scored 34 twice. We can score 35. I think it comes down to the time of possession. Yeah. If we dominate the time of possession, if our run game gets going, which I think it is against this Eagle D, and with the underneath screen passes and, with Ruggs and Renfro and Waller, why not 35-21, you know, and so yeah, I think it's gonna be 35-21 Raiders. You know, we're gonna dominate time of possession. I think we're gonna dominate this whole game.
All right, you heard it here first from Nick Ybarra. If the Raiders score 35 points, then shout out to Nick, 35-21. I want to thank everyone for joining Raider Talks pregame. Give us a follow on YouTube, a follow on Twitter under Raider Talks. Thank you guys, and go Raiders. We'll see you for postgame.
Go Raiders.